2, 1. Good to go.
Hello, everybody. It's noon Eastern time, and it's time for another TPT match. We have there will be Babka, the red team, captained by Ben. Gonna get a wave, Ben, there. And Rick is the captain of Trivia That Never Sleeps. It's the blue team. Away from Rick. Now, this is interesting. I was doing a little homework, as I always do. And both team names come from movie titles. So I did a little investigating. And it turns out that City That Never Sleeps, which is a 1953 film noir that Martin Scorsese prizes. In fact, he has one of the last remaining 35 millimeter prints in his possession. The tagline for City That Never Sleeps was, "The creeps, the hoods, the killers come out to war with the city." So I thought that was pretty ballsy. And if you had to war with the other team, that would make perfect sense. And then I went to look up the tagline of There Will Be Blood, which went like this: "There will be greed, there will be vengeance when ambition meets faith." Well, we don't have any players named Faith, but we have a lot of ambition to move on in the tournament. So let's do that. A reminder to all the teams that you may not consult except during a steal opportunity. You may not consult on any of the 60 clues that we'll be going through in the regular game. I will give you a few seconds at the beginning of each round. You may consult as to who might want to volunteer to hold back a little bit and wait for the bigger point. You know, if basketball, for instance, is apparently one of Miriam's strengths, she might not want to buzz in early on a basketball clue, but wait till a little bit later. I just mentioned that because that's the only book of hers I was able to make out. Oh, that was cute, whoever those are. Other than that, teams, if you see any problem with the buzzer, we have the estimable Wilma Lynn as our scorekeeper, and we'll endeavor to do the best thing we can. Please don't shoot the scorekeeper or the host. We are doing our best. Big smiles, everybody. Big energy as we begin. Our first category is Hark, It's Arkansas. Hark, It's Arkansas. So we have trivia about Arkansas. And if anybody is very big on the trivia, they might want to wait for the 3, 4, or 5-point clues. For everybody else, Hark, It's Arkansas. Good luck, teams, for 1 point. Like Tennessee, Arkansas has a city named this, but it isn't the country music capital of the world. Erin.
Nashville.
First blood for Trivia That Never Sleeps. The blue team, 1 point. Nicely done. For 2 points, this presidential daughter was born in Little Rock, Arkansas, February. Josh?
Chelsea Clinton.
That's it, February 27th, 1980. There will be Babka answers with 2 points. For Hark, It's Arkansas for 3. A member of this illustrious and wealthy family was governor of Arkansas from 1967. Josh?
Walton.
Sorry, that's incorrect. We have to subtract 3 points. And this is a steal opportunity for Rick and the rest of the blue team. You'll have 10 seconds. A member of this illustrious and wealthy family was governor of Arkansas from 1967 to 1971. The team has 10 seconds to consult and either respond or pass.
Seeing as they had our guest, we pass.
Okay. Well, the governor at the time was Winthrop Rockefeller. Winthrop Rockefeller. Carpet-bagged over there into Arkansas and was there for, 14 years. Okay. Now, Josh is out of this category because, as you remember, you're only allowed to buzz in twice per 5-clue category. So for everybody but Josh, here we go. Hark, It's Arkansas for 4 points. The collapse of Madison Guaranty Savings and Loan was at the heart of this Arkansas scandal. The collapse of Madison Guaranty Savings and Loan was at the heart of this Arkansas scandal. 5 seconds. Miriam.
There's Whitewater.
Whitewater is correct. Very good. Very good. That was the scandal or non-scandal, depending on your point of view, that we were looking for. Very good. That's 4 points. And now 5 points to close out Harkett's, Arkansas. State Line Avenue divides this city in Miller County from the same named city in the Lone Star State. Miriam.
What is Texarkana?
Texarkana is right. Miriam knows her Arkansas. You must be big on basketball there.
I lived there for 8 years.
Good for you. Good for you. Although Mr. Rockefeller, if he were still alive, would probably be sad. He'd go so unremembered. Well done. Okay. Here we go, team. Teams. Our next category is Yankee Stadium moments. Yankee Stadium moments. Okay. Here we go for 1 point. October 18th, 1977. This Yankee star hits 3 home runs off the Dodgers. Josh?
Reggie Jackson.
Correct. In Game 6 of the World Series. That was quite the day. And if I was a Yankees fan, I would have been happy. Okay, Yankee Stadium moments for 2. June 22nd, 1938. This German heavyweight boxer is beaten in the first round. Rick?
Max Smelling.
Max Schmeling is correct. Beaten by the unforgettable Joe Louis. Yankee Stadium moments for 3 points. June 21st, 1990. That's all you get. No, I'm kidding. June 21st, 1990. After 27 years in prison, this South African's first stop on a U.S. Kritika? Unmute, please.
Nelson Mandela.
That is right. His first stop on his U.S. tour is to New York and Yankee Stadium. Did I get the pronunciation right? Or is it Kritika? Kritika. Okay.
No,
Go ahead, correct me.
no, you got it right the first time. Thank you.
Very good. And so did you. 3 points. Okay, we're jolly today. Yankee Stadium moments for 4. December 28th, 1958. In what was called the greatest game ever played, this quarterback leads the Colts over the Giants in the NFL title game. December 28th, 1958. Josh.
Johnny Unitas.
Nicely done. Good memory there. Yes, Johnny Unitas led the Colts to the NFL title. And now Josh is out of this clue because he's buzzed twice already. I'm not going to keep reminding everybody of that. I just like to do it a couple of times in the first round. After that, you'll be on your own and you risk penalty if you buzz in more than twice. Here we go. Yankee Stadium moments for 5 points. October 4th, 1965. Over 90,000 cram into Yankee Stadium as he celebrates the first papal mass on American soil. October 4th, 1965. Over 90,000 cram into Yankee Stadium as he celebrates the first papal mass on American soil. 5 seconds. Miriam.
The Pope Paul
More specific.
the 6th.
That is right. Pope Paul VI is correct. Okay, that's 2 categories gone. Our next category, tectonics. Tectonics. And that's T-E-C-H, just so you know. These are technology questions. Okay? Here we go for 1 point. On January 27th, 2010, this CEO announced his company's latest creation, the iPad. Brendan?
Steve Jobs.
That is right for 1 point. Steve Jobs is the man, or was the man at the time. iPad only goes back 7 years. That's interesting. Tectonics for 2. The Bloggle one of these from Sony had a lens that swivels 270 degrees. The Bloggle one of the, Bloggy, is it? Bloggy, I beg your pardon. The Bloggy one of these from Sony had a lens that swivels 270 degrees. The Bloggy, my apologies. Time, nobody seems to know anyway. The Bloggy is or was a camera. A camera, the Bloggy camera. For 3 points. In the year 2000, tired of malware, Patrick Kalla came up with this search and destroy software and gave it away for free in the year 2000? Rick?
Spybot.
Spybot is right for 3 points. Okay. For 4 points. The Geo 550 live GPS from this Double Talk company scouts both fuel prices and traffic problems. Josh?
TomTom.
TomTom is right for 4 points. Back and forth we go.
Double Talk.
Double Talk, TomTom, right. That's a Jeopardy thing. And finally, in tectonics, this one will take you back. The BlackBerry Bold 9000 by RIM, this Canadian company, had a 624 megahertz processor. The BlackBerry Bold 9000 by RIM, this Canadian company, had a 624 megahertz processor. 5 seconds. Rick?
Research in Motion.
That is the name of the company. That's 5 points. And at the end of the first half of the first round, a very tight score, back and forth. There will be Babka 22, Trivia That Never Sleeps 15, a virtual dead heat. And it's going to continue that way till we get to the real points in round 2. But until then, I like British authors. I hope you do too. British authors is our next category. For 1 point. His professor, Dr. Joseph Bell, a master of diagnostic deduction, was his model for Sherlock Holmes. His professor, Dr. Joseph Bell, a master of diagnostic deduction, was his model for Sherlock Holmes. 5 seconds. Aaron?
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
That's right. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle for 1 point for the blue team.
I definitely couldn't remember his full name.
Very good. I would have taken Conan Doyle, however, but well done. Here we go for 2 points in British authors. He originally wrote The Hobbit to entertain his kids. Rick?
Tolkien.
Tolkien is correct for 2 points. British authors for 3. After a fatwa was issued against him in February 19, Rick?
Salman Rushdie.
Salman Rushdie. He went into hiding under police protection. That is right. 3 points. Rick is out of this category. For everybody else, for 4 points. British authors. He helped cover the Apollo 12 and 15 space missions with Walter Cronkite and Wally Schirra. He helped cover the Apollo 12 and 15 space missions with Walter Cronkite and Wally Schirra. I heard consultation that is not permitted. Nobody's buzzing? Okay, we're out of time. Rick, you were out of this. Did you know it?
No, I felt happy that I buzzed in twice because I did not know this.
Okay. Well, if you thought about British authors in outer space, you might have thought of Arthur C. Clarke. Arthur C. Clarke was correct. I did not know it either. I had to look it up. Okay, finally, for 5 points in British authors. In his memoir, Experience, Miriam?
Martin Amis.
Very good. He explores his relationship with author Father Kingsley Amis. You're a reader, young lady, and that is good for 5 points. Great writer, too. Very good. And as if that weren't enough, Miriam, that was a triple stumper on the show. So once again, Kaplanites are smarter than Jeopardy contestants. Well done. Okay. Our next category, B's on both ends, and that's the letter B. Every response will begin and end with the letter B. So for instance, 1 point. At the box office, the opposite of a blockbuster. At the box office, Erin?
Bomb.
Speaking of the Mummy, bomb is correct for 1 point. B's on both ends for 2 points. Cratchit or sideshow? 2K.
Bob.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
That's right. 2 points. Very good. Bob is correct. B's on both ends for 3. To divulge confidential info. To divulge, Josh?
I buzzed
Josh?
too fast.
Okay, time. I'm gonna have to subtract. Sorry?
Blab.
Sorry, I already called time. I gave you well over 3 seconds. I'm sorry. So not a steal opportunity, just a slight deduction of 3 points. Sorry about that, but we do what we can. Okay, it's still a very tight game, only very early in the game. Sorry about that. For 4 points, slang for a short written promotional statement. Slang, Josh.
Blurb.
Blurb is right. There we go. 4 points. And finally, for 5 points, in be at both ends, an early name for Google was this type of massage. And Miriam,
Back rub.
that is right. Back rub. I never knew that. But that is really, can you imagine? I have to back rub you. I just back rubbed Winston Churchill.
Ew.
Oh, that's really bad, isn't it? Okay. But it almost happened. Here we go. The last category in our first round is cut. Cut. All these clues have something to do with cutting. Here we go for 1 point. To move text to another part of a computer document is called cut and this. Josh?
Paste.
Cut and paste is right for 1 point. For 2 points. When clipping a dog's nails, be careful not to clip this part of the nail. Rick?
The quick.
The quick, yes. Blood vessels and nerves will create pain. That's 2 points for the blue team. Cut for 3, named for a New York City restaurant. This cut of beef contains filet mignon and New York, separated by a big bone. Rick?
It's a porterhouse.
Porterhouse is right. Very good. That's one I didn't know. For 4 points. Actually, there's a lot I don't know. For 4 points. This, in quotes, royal cut of diamond is designed to get maximum, Miriam?
Princess cut.
Maximum brilliance for a square cut. Princess is correct for 4 points. And the final clue in cut. The fort, F-O-R-T-E, is the lower, sturdier part of a sword. This upper, weaker part of the blade also refers to any human flaw. The fort is the lower, sturdier part of a sword. This upper, weaker part of the blade, Aaron?
Fault.
Fault is incorrect. Good guess, though. Over to Babka. Ben, you can consult. The fort is the lower, sturdier part of a sword. This upper, weaker part of the blade also refers to any human flaw. So the team may consult for 10 seconds.
Hey, Ben, do you guys have this? Because I
No,
think
we
I
don't.
do.
If you
Wait.
do, you want to go
Yeah.
for it.
Bob, do we lose points if we get it wrong?
Yes.
Go for it.
If you're above 75%, go for it. If not, we'll.
Foible.
Foible. That's right, for 5 points.
Yeah!
It is known as the foible. Okay. At the end of the first round, there will be Babka 45, Trivia That Never Sleeps 22. It's very, very close given all the points in the second round, plus the fact we won't have a tie. And we always love that. Okay, here we go, teams. In the Double Jeopardy round, all the points are doubled and everything can really change. Our first category is lesser known art and artists. Lesser known art and artists. Everybody shaking their head. I have to, Dan will bear me out. We have had such bad luck in the last 2 or 3 weeks with art categories. Apparently, that's the one area that Kaplanites are a little lacking in across the board. But we'll do what we can with lesser known art and artists. I think most of these are fair. Here we go for 2 points. Good luck, teams. Great match so far. For 2 points in lesser known art and artists. This saint wields a candy cane-like lance in Il Sodoma's painting of him. Rick?
It's got to be Nicholas. St. Nicholas.
Oh, that's wrong. Sorry. The key part was coming up. Here we go for the red team. This saint wields a candy cane-like lance in Il Sodoma's painting of him slaying a dragon. The red team can consult.
Miriam, we are uncertain over here. If you're shaking your head, we are going to pass, Bob.
St. George. St. George and the dragon is what we're looking. But Rick knows it now. He didn't wait for those last three words. Okay. No, I'm done. Here we go for 4 points. He's been thrown from his horse and struck blind in Parmigianino's painting of the conversion of this man. He's been thrown from his horse to K.
St. Paul.
St. Paul, we will take that. We will also take Saul of Tarsus. Either way, we'll give you the 4 points that we would accept either one of those. Conversion say Parmigianino. Wonder if he ran a cheese shop. Here we go for 6 points in lesser known art and artists. This Jewish woman's face is grimly composed in Gentileschi's painting of her slaying Holofernes. This Jewish woman's face is grimly composed in Gentileschi's painting of her slaying Holofernes. Miriam.
Judith.
Judith is right for 6 points. Okay. Here we go for 8 points. In a painting by John William Waterhouse, this femme fatale offers a cup to Ulysses. In a painting by John William Waterhouse, this femme fatale offers a cup to Ulysses. 5 seconds. Rick?
Circe.
Just under the buzzer. Circe, the woman without mercy, is correct for 8 points. Circe is the femme fatale. Finally, lesson on art and artists for 10. Niccolo dell'Abate painted The Death of Eurydice, the wife of this guy. Niccolo dell'Abate painted The Death of Eurydice. Miriam?
Is it Orpheus?
Orpheus is the husband of Eurydice. That's 10 more points for There Will Be Babka. Okay, our next round. I love this board. Can I tell you? I love these categories. I just think this is the best board. Political animals. Political animals. For 2 points. In July 2009, Sarah Palin said she didn't want to accept this status of late-term ineffectiveness, so bye-bye. Josh?
Lame duck.
Lame duck is correct for 2. That's a political animal. Political animals for 4. A dog this is something only canines can hear. Politically, it's a subtle signal to one's base. Rick?
Whistle.
Dog whistle is correct for 4 points. Political animals for 6. They are supposedly untouchable programs. In 2009, Washington Governor Gregoire said it's time to put them out to pasture. They are supposedly, Josh?
Entitlements.
That is incorrect. Subtract 6 points. Rick, you have a clear shot to this one. They're supposedly untouchable programs. In 2009, Washington Governor Gregoire said it's time to put them out to pasture. The team has 10 seconds. It's a long.
Because you said untouchable, we're going with third rails.
Sorry, that's incorrect. So no harm, no foul. Actually, you both forgot the category, which was political animals. And but that didn't seem to matter because on the show it was a triple stumper as well. The untouchable programs are sacred cows. Sacred cows is what we were looking for. Okay, I thought I said the category often enough. Perhaps I did not, but I apologize. But anyway, political animals for 8. Someone too liberal for his party may be dubbed a rhino, short for this in name only. 2K.
Republican in name only. Oh, you said that part.
2 points. That's correct. Finally, political animals for 10 points. A candidate put forward to ease the way for another candidate is called a stalking this. A candidate, Miriam?
Horse.
Stalking horse, of course, of course. That's 10 points. Okay. Chemistry is our next category. Chemistry. Here we go for 2 points in chemistry. Everybody muted? Miriam, you're not. Mute, please. Okay, for chemistry, here we go for 2 points. In 1814, Jacob Berzelius proposed the idea of having these, instead of hieroglyphics, stand for the elements. In 1814, Jacob Berzelius, Kritika,
Symbols.
more specific.
Oh my gosh.
Time, sorry.
That's
Sorry. Over to the red team. In 1814, Jacob Berzelius proposed the idea of having these, instead of hieroglyphics, stand for the elements.
Elements are represented.
Miriam, do you have a suggestion?
Yeah.
She's
You wanna
shaking
go
her head
back?
saying no.
Letters.
What?
Letters.
I was
You wanna
thinking
guess it?
numbers too.
All right, we are going to pass. We're not confident.
Okay, well, indeed it was letters. N-A, C-L, and so on. And Kritika, the reason I was able to work it with you is on the actual show, the guy said, what are symbols? And Alex said, be more specific. So I followed the exact Alex Trebek playbook on that one, as did you unconsciously. Okay, anyway, the letters on the periodic table date back to that date. Okay, here we go. Chemistry for 4. This stormy natural phenomenon is a cause of significant amounts of nitrogen oxides. This stormy natural phenomenon is a cause of significant amounts of nitrogen oxides. 5 seconds. Time, a triple stumper on the show as well. Lightning. Lightning causes nitrogen oxides. Live and learn. Here we go for 6 points. In chemistry, bittern, a solution rich in bromines, is what's left after this is crystallized from seawater. Bittern, a solution rich in bromines. Miriam?
Salt.
Salt is right for 6 points. Chemistry for 8. It's the conversion of a carbohydrate, such as a sugar, into an acid or an alcohol. It's the conversion of a carbohydrate, such as sugar, into an acid or an alcohol. 5 seconds. Miriam?
Fermentation.
That is right for 8 points. And you're out of this next clue because you buzzed in twice. Chemistry for 10. These compounds contain the same types of atoms in the same proportions, but in different arrangements. These compounds contain the same types of atoms in the same proportions, but in different arrangements. 5 seconds. Rick?
John Lennox is going to kill me if I don't say the right thing. Enantiomers?
Say?
Enantiomers? E-N-A-N-T-I-O-M-E-R?
Sorry, that's wrong. Over to there will be Babka. These compounds contain the same types of atoms in the same proportions, but in different arrangements.
But I know.
Miriam, we are not confident, and if you are not above 50% confidence and you're shaking your head, we are passing.
Is she allowed to?
Well, yeah, in a steal she can. In a on the show it was a triple stumper, but I feel sure that John Lennox would have known they were isomers. Isomers. You were very close, Rick. Isomers. All right. Next, my favorite category of the whole bunch. I hope you like it. I hope we'll have some fun with it. It's called Best Picture Letter Drop. Best Picture Letter Drop. You will take one letter out of the best picture that I described for you, and that will give you the response we're looking for. So you'll take one letter out of a best picture and you'll get the response we're looking for. It sounds complicated and a little weird, but hopefully we'll have fun. Here we go for 2 points. A chauffeured lady from 1989 joins Greg Louganis in competition? A chauffeured lady, Rick?
Diving Miss Daisy.
That is right. Diving Miss Daisy for 2 points. See, you got the hang of it. Very good. That's 2 points. Best picture letter drop. Remember, we're dropping one letter. When the letter C falls from the 1990 winner, people from Copenhagen get to know wild canines. When the letter C falls from the 1990 winner, people from Copenhagen get to know wild canines. Josh?
Danes with wolves.
That is right for 4 points. Danes with wolves. Oh, they get better. They get better. Here we go for 6 points. Best picture letter drop. A New York City set musical from 1961 becomes a member of Britain's Conservative Party. A New York City set musical from 1961. Miriam?
West Side Tory?
West Side Tory is correct. West Side Tory for 6 points. Okay. Here we go for 8 points. Best picture letter drop. A violent 1991 film minus a letter becomes a quiet litter of cute sleeping puppies we might call this. Ben?
Pup fiction.
Sorry, that's incorrect. It's an opportunity for the blue team, Rick. I'll say it again. A violent 1991 film minus a letter becomes a quiet litter of cute sleeping puppies we might call this.
We think it's Silence of the Labs.
That's right. The Silence of the Labs. It's correct. And that's 10 points for the blue team. And finally, for 10 points, that was 8 for that one. For 10, when a 1952 Cecil B. DeMille circus film loses a letter, there aren't enough awards to give the pig. When a 1952 Cecil B. DeMille circus film loses a letter, there aren't enough awards to give the pig. Miriam?
Greatest sow on earth?
The greatest sow on earth is the answer for 10 points. Very good. And there will be Babka's back in 3 digits. Okay. The next one's kind of a little wordplay too. Missing links. Missing links. So fill in the blank, people. Here we go for 2 points. Litmus blank tube baby. Litmus blank, Rick?
I just fill in the blank. So
Yeah.
test. Okay.
Litmus test tube baby is correct. That's the missing link. Very good. For 4 points. Prom blank palm. Prom blank palm. Time. We would have accepted queen, prom queen, queen palm, or date, prom date, date palm. We would have accepted either one. Okay, 6 points. Hammer blank rug. Hammer blank rug. 5 seconds. Miriam?
Throw.
Hammer throw, throw rug is correct for 6 points. For 8 points in missing links. Golden blank trotter. Golden blank trotter. Krithika?
Globe.
Golden Globe Trotter is correct for 8 points. And finally, for 10 points, fill in the blank. Battle blank Indian. Battle blank Indian. Time, the home of Kellogg's, Battle Creek. Battle Creek, Creek Indian is what we're looking for. Okay, there will be Babka. Very impressive, 111. Trivia that never sleeps, 34. We have one more category. I think it's very interesting, so good luck, teams. The category is Masada. Masada. For 2 points, the Romans down below would harry the defenders of Masada by hurling stones over the walls using this ancient artillery weapon? Ben?
What is it? Catapult?
Catapult is correct for 2 points. For 4 points. Masada is dominated by the remains of the palace of this infamous New Testament king called the Great. Masada is dominated by the remains of the palace. Erin?
Alexander?
No, that's incorrect. Sorry. For 4 points. Ben, Masada is dominated by the remains of the palace of this infamous New Testament king called the Great.
We don't know in New York, Miriam, in Boston. She's thinking about it.
I'm not 100%, so I'll pass.
Herod the Great. Miriam, I didn't know you were a homie. Let's have lunch or something. Well, I'm in Marlboro, just a train trip away. Let's do lunch. Okay. Not that that influences my judgment at all in the
Okay.
post. Okay, Herod the Great was what we were looking for. Now, Masada for 6. The 1,000 defenders were able to survive for 2 years because they had more than a dozen of these defensive assets, collectors of water from the Latin for box. The 1,000 defenders were able to survive for 2 years because they had more than a dozen of these defensive assets, collectors of water. Miriam?
Cisterns.
Cistern is correct. Cistern is what we're looking for 6 points. For 8 points. The Roman attacking force, 15,000 strong, was the 10th one of these Roman military units. The Roman attacking force, 15,000 strong. Rick?
Let's go with phalanx.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Over the red team, the Roman attacking force, 15,000 strong, was the 10th one of these Roman military units.
Miriam, I'm thinking infantry. You're shaking your
That's
head.
what I'm thinking.
You're thinking
too,
infantry.
but-
Let's take a
Go for it.
guess. We're going to guess infantry.
That's incorrect. We subtract 8 points. What we were looking for was legion, Roman legion. And finally, for 10 points in Masada, the defenders drew lots to determine who would get to kill the others. We get that story from this Roman historian who had been in a lot drawing situation himself as a Jewish fighter. The defenders drew lots to determine who would get to kill the others. We get that story from this Roman historian who had been in a lot drawing situation himself as a Jewish fighter. 5 seconds. Time. The historian was Flavius Josephus. But there will be Babka did not need Josephus for a very dominant performance, 111 to 22. Really good match teams. I hope we all had fun with the best picture category. When I saw that diving Miss Daisy, I said we got to use this. That was really cool. Thank you all very much. Have a great rest of week, and we'll see you again in the tournament. There will be Babka. Well done, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you
Thank
all,
you.
Lynn. Great job.
Okay.